Hello, hello, it's me, the local virtual baker, Saltea Kichee. Hi, hello, 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 hello. Hi, hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good Sunday, can't word. Hi, how y'all doing today? On this lovely Sunday evening? Evening? Evening-ish. Hope you're all well. Hope whomever is here, I hope you're ready for a nice little stream today. We're gonna be doing something that I'm surprised I haven't really done enough of, really. Because, like, I was actually thinking about this when I was thinking of, oh yeah, I want to do something fun today. I want to do some, like, baking and bread and all this whatnot. Really was thinking about it and kind of realized that, like, I don't really do much bread stuff, do I? So, well, not too much bread stuff, but like I do a lot of bread stuff, but I don't do like the most basic, sorta normal, basic bread stuff, Like I do the sandwich breads, I do the sourdoughs and focaccia and flatbreads, but I haven't done like the bread, like one of the most traditional kind of breads you can do out there in the world, a baguette. I've never really done a baguette in quite a hot minute. Baguettes are... Baguettes are actually, like, shockingly annoying to make. Baguettes are kind of like a weird thing, because, like, it's not really the recipe that makes them good or bad. It's usually the equipment that you have that can make something good or bad. For myself, I don't really have many good, I don't have good equipment to make a baguette. Though I have done some research, minor research, to try and see if I can emulate it. So we're gonna definitely try and work my way around that. We're gonna see if it works. So I got that going for me. I'm gonna try to make some good baguettes, and I've done 2 recipes to see if one works over the other. And these recipes are from King Arthur bread flour recipes, because I use their flour all the time, so I imagine the people that make this flour are going to be very good to use the flour to make their own recipes with, so it's kind of like I'm hoping that this recipe works. Luckily, it's in grams, so it's a little bit more reliable than, I guess, cups and stuff, so there's a bit of reliability to it all. But yeah, I haven't actually made baguettes in quite some time. I'm trying to remember when was the last time I've actually made baguettes. Because it has been quite a hot minute. What is it? Was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago since I've made like a lot of baguettes? I remember, it was like at my job or whatnot, we made a whole bunch of baguettes at my job and workplace. We did like, I don't know how many. We did, I think I made 25, or I made at least 15 or 10 a week. But then, we didn't need to use them anymore, so I didn't need to make them anymore. But, yeah, I haven't actually made a baguette in quite a hot minute, So, But today, hopefully, it's just like riding a bike, just doing just a bit of this and that, just folding stuff together, rolling it out. These baguettes are not hard to make, it's just hard to execute them correctly, if that makes sense. And it is kind of important that I do try and make these look good today, because if you don't know about tomorrow, if you don't know about the 2 things we're doing tomorrow, we're making a banh mi, and we're also going to be making a French dip. Those 2 things are very, very, how'd you say? They're both baguette. They're both sandwiches that require baguettes. A banh mi is kind of strange because I believe it's a Vietnamese sandwich. But the bread that it's usually traditionally on is a baguette. Which is like, wait, why is it the way that is? Like, Shouldn't it be like some sort of nice Vietnamese sort of bread or something like that? I think Vietnam has bread. Is it Vietnam or is it Taiwan? I can't remember, but like a banh mi is a good sandwich, and it's not really like a sandwich you expect from that region, especially with a baguette. But I think I actually did a Google search or one or two, and I think it's like the census was basically it's because when I guess the French came to colonize that part of the world, they introduced that into the culture, and it's kind of been a staple because of that. Mix of a bit of a fusion right there, if you would. A good fusion though. I think banh mi's are really solid. They're a pretty solid sandwich to have. That being said, I actually gotta probably go buy some stuff tomorrow because I don't have all the things for it. I do have onion, but I need onion for the French dip, really. Not sure if I want to use Gruyere cheese too, because like that's quote unquote traditional to use Gruyere cheese on like a French dip and whatnot. But I do have just a whole bunch of cheese. I could just pull out some Munster cheese. And I believe we actually have made a French dip here before on the channel. I think. Can't really remember, to be honest, to be frank. But yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've actually made a French dip, and recently I've been in the biggest moods to just have some sandwiches. And it's kind of funny to say that out loud, because like, oh wow, the bread guy doesn't make sandwiches? It's kind of funny, like a whole majority of my diet usually I don't actually eat that much bread. I make more than I eat. So then I end up just being overwhelmed by the amount of choice I have. So then I end up just not eating bread. A good case in point is sourdough. Love sourdough, love eating it, love doing this and that with it, but I rarely actually eat it sometimes. There are times where it's like, I'll eat an entire loaf, yeah. But then there's times where it's like, okay, I want to be careful about my carbs and this and that, and I want to make sure I'm trying to keep my macros and all blah 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 protein, but I also often kind of forget that, oh yeah, sandwiches are a thing. And it's like, oh, I don't have to make a croque monsieur, or I don't have to make a turkey club, or blah 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 sandwich, you know? I kind of just forgot the plot of like, it's a sandwich. You don't need to think too hard about it, but typical self, typical me, I love overthinking about things, so case in point, I just start overthinking the heck out of it all. The hell out of it all. It's weird I have to correct myself, but I'm like really wanting to try to like stop saying heck. It's stupid. I sound like a child when I say it. And I'm not family friendly. I don't know. I'm trying not to be so family friendly because I'm not family friendly. I don't know. Blah. I don't want to get killed from Twitch and YouTube. Wow. Alright. Let's see. I'm not sure. Do I wanna just stick around a little bit longer so we can have someone else come in? Because I don't know. Kind of be a little silly, if you will, just be sitting around doing nothing. Not sitting around doing nothing, but what is it? Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Sitting around and not being able to bounce convo with, no? I'm honestly just talking to myself right now, as much as I know. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard, like, oh, I have to talk to some. It's not necessary, right? Once more, it's just my overthinking stuff again. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. So, hey, I can talk. I like talking to myself sometimes. It's a little annoying to talk to myself, but I can do it, so. And also, I forgot to mention, but today, with this baking stream at least, I am gonna try. I have been experimenting a lot with formatting recently. Like, oh, okay, I want to make sure I talk a little bit more on streams, or I want to make sure I do this after streams, and I want to make sure I can do this better, and this, and that. Because I'm trying to just, make it better, make it easier, make it even easier for me to follow around too, which is a very important thing for myself. I want to make sure that I'm also just like, what's the word? Just getting into a good swing, so then I can start doing better things. Yeah? It's my brain. My little small, tiny little brain. Little brain can't put all the things together. What was I talking about? Shoot, what was I just talking about? I'll listen to myself for a second here. My brain. It's a little annoying to talk to myself, but speaking shit is around too, which is a very important thing for myself. I want to make sure that I'm also just like, what's the word? Just getting into a good swing, so then I... Momentum! Getting into a good swing of things, because... diverging a little bit. A little bit. Diverging a little bit off the beating path. My head tired. Not my head tired, but like, I can't focus. But, divergent, salty? Yeah, divergent. Neurodivergent. Actually, no, wait, neurodivergent means I'm not. Okay, whatever it is, I don't know. Anyways. What was I just talking about? By the way, hi Bush, nice to see you around. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, well, I guess there's another thing I could talk about, but I think it's about time that we actually do get to the kitchen, yeah? Hold on. Just gotta move some stuff around, don't mind me. Okay, so hopefully I should be working a-okay now, yeah? Should be. Alright, well, that's just gonna be complicated. I'm never really good at... Oh, wait, hold on. I keep forgetting I can reset my tracking a different way. Like, oh yeah, I need to go run around my entire thing, make sure I go reset a different way. I can just open it, boom. Forgot about that, I can do that too. Okay. Just give me a sec. I think we're fixed. Are we fixed? It looks like we're good to go. Alright. So, let me tell you something, because... Actually, let's get to the thing first, because the main thing that I've done for this stream to help streamline, I guess, efficiency, I have already made the dough. The dough is already made. I said that. But I made the dough already off camera, so we're all ready to go in that regard. Sorry, I was messing around with the audio. But yeah, I have two different kinds of recipes of baguettes, and I'm checking them both out. One is made simply, one is made with a pre-ferment, so I'm gonna see which is better. So there's that. All ready to dough, all ready to do the thing. And to explain why I don't often do baguettes is because I'll explain it simply by, to make a really good baguette, you need a lot of equipment. you would not need a towel, a couche, or blanket or sorts. You are gonna need a plank of wood, and you're also gonna need a cast iron of some sorts. A flat cast iron and a cast iron for steam. It's a lot more equipment versus making sauerkraut or bread, like sandwich bread and stuff like that. So this is why I tend to gravitate away from baguettes, just because it's a lot more, what would you say, labor intensive, equipment heavy. So it's a little bit more annoying, but don't get me wrong, a good baguette is really good when it's good. But that's the thing, if you want a good baguette, you gotta make it good. By making a baguette at home is quite difficult. Out of all the breads that I actually don't buy versus buy, baguettes are one of those only things to where I will go buy it of. Very rarely, granted, I don't like buying baguettes, but there's one place around here that I know of that makes really good baguettes for a very fair price. It's like $1.99 for a really good quality house-made baguette, but they're not open right now. They're only open through the school year, so yeah, unfortunately I can't get that right now though. So I have to try and maybe learn how to make them. I don't know. We're gonna find that out. But let's talk about some other bits of equipment. Right here is a baker's couche. It's essentially a towel, a very stiff towel that can hold a lot of moisture. Well, that bread can breathe through and also not stick to. Think of it as like parchment paper, but not, because it's not paper, it's cloth. It's a linen of sorts. It is important to mention, because despite me saying like, oh, you need this, you need that, you need this, you honestly don't need a couche. You don't need a baker's couche specifically. I myself don't have the substitutes to use it. I don't have the proper substitutes, but this is my best option. But let's say you have like a really fancy rag like this. Like, let's say you have like a rag that is pretty much like this. Not this color doesn't matter, but like a nice clean silken linen. Something like this, almost like tablecloth. Like, I don't know why you would have tablecloth, but this works very well as well. You just need something that can hold on its own, and something that isn't very cloth-like, because if you have cloth like this, it's going to stick to your bread, and it will diminish the visual and quality of your bread, because then your dough is actually going to stick to this all, and then it's going to be a hard time trying to pull this up from your couche. So you don't really need a couche, but a couche for me is just convenient, and I was able to buy one. And it's like, what? It is a pretty penny. I will say it's a pretty penny. A baker's couche is probably around $20, which is kind of funny for a really situational blanket, if you will. But yeah. Now, this one is kind of silly, but this is a baguette peel. This is a bread peel, essentially. This is specifically tailored for baguettes, because with baguettes, you want to make sure that you pick them up, but if you use your hands, you're going to deflate it and ruin the shape of it. So the best way to do it is getting a block of wood. Now, do you need to do you need to buy something like this? No. If you can get something at home that's like this, like let's say you have like a... Now granted, I'm gonna say my baguettes are a little bit bigger, but let's say you have a small baguette, you could use something like this. You don't have to use a bread peel. It makes it easier, it's more convenient. But listen, once more, this was like $20. If you have something that just works as a peel, you're good to go. You don't need this, but I have it because I don't have anything that is like a bread peel, so. Unfortunately, I have to just kind of do with what I have. $1.99 is solid for a good quality bread. Exactly, exactly. Also, Bush, I'm not sure if you've now checked in with this, but you might be behind on stream a bit. Definitely give you that. Okay. Anyways, let's start making our baguettes, yes? Well, not making, but more or less shaping a baguette. Now, all the things I wanted to at least make sure I showed on stream, it was this part. Because shaping bread, I find, is a lot more difficult than actually making the dough. I feel like making the dough for a bread is a lot easier. Pretty much anyone can do that, because you're essentially just following stuff. You're just kind of throwing stuff together, you know? You're kind of just throwing stuff into a bowl, you're kneading it, and then you're, you know, following instructions, hopefully. You're just kind of just mixing it together, letting it rest, and like punch it down and all this whatnot. Sorry, you're gonna hear that Discord notification. I can't turn it off. Womp womp, it is what it is. It's a dignified skill issue on my front, but I don't care. Alright, well, anyways. As I am shaping this out, although it's not necessary, actually it is necessary, but I'm just kind of rolling out this dough as flat as I can, because now I want to make sure that I can shape this correctly. You want it into a rectangle-esque shape, and then you want to roll it upon itself, so you can get yourself a nice log like this, and then you're gonna just essentially like almost roll into it. You don't want to really go too much on the sides here, just a little bit, just so you can just get them lightly tapered. But you don't want them too terribly tapered, because those pointed edges aren't really desirable for a baguette. But there we go, just a nice little shaped baguette like this. I want to have it seam side up though. Okay, maybe I should let it rest a little bit. Don't be like me, by the way. Don't be stupid and use too much flour. But we'll let this bench rest for a bit, and then I'll move it to the... This dough is also kind of harder to work with because it's a lot more lower in hydration. However, this bread right here, this dough, which is foolish. This one's a little bit higher in hydration, so a little bit more wet and a little bit easier to work with. But same ordeal as I did previous. Poke out, because I want to make sure I get all the air bubbles out. Really quickly sprinkle. I'm not sure that you were able to even see that I sprinkled it so quickly. I'm not sure if you even noticed it. Actually looking back at the playback and didn't really notice it. Okay. Well, anyways, regardless if you can see it or not, I'm just gonna try and roll the ends here. Don't want to taper the sides too much, but I want to make sure that generally, as I am rolling this out, I want to taper it just a little bit, but I also want to make sure I'm getting a good shape. I want this to look generally the same size, so I'm trying to be very gentle and careful. Alright, there we go. I want to make sure it's seam side up. Gonna put that down. There we go. And I actually have one more piece of bread here that I'm going to do. Alright, there we go. Any air, any extra bubble here might ruin the shape if I don't do it, so I'm gonna make sure I hit out all the bubbles and we're gonna roll out again. Out of it, make sure it's rectangular at least. Main thing is just that you want to make sure it's even. Evenness of it will help make the shape a lot easier and a lot less work you need to do to put into it. Square shape is not really preferred, but if you can get more rectangular, then you're all good. same ordeal here. Gonna roll it upon itself. Kind of press on the sides a bit so we can so we can just close the seams, close the job here. And now I'm just gonna really quickly press it in on itself. Get the seams closed, at least a little bit. Roll the sides here. And one more. Poosh. You know what? Hold on. I want these to be little. May not be desirable for most, but for me, I actually kind of like it. It's kind of cute. Alright. Gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour on that. And that's that. Now, just to make sure it's actually able to hold its shape a bit better, I'm gonna put my rolling pin under here as a little counterweight, if you will. Anyway, that's it. That's all the shaping I wanted to show you. And actually, I was actually covering a bit of bread that I was letting through. Because before stream, I had gotten myself some baguettes already made. So that we could just get right into baking and we don't have to worry too hard about it. Trying to work with efficiency here, so. This little guy right here. Now, you know what? I'll let this guy do. Actually, we'll let him rest for a bit, so we'll stay there for a moment. But now, this is the kind of part where I really have a hard time with. Try to get from point A to point B. I'm not good at this part, I would say. Even when I did this at work, I would just have such a hard time with this. I'm not good at this part. But getting from point A to point B, never been a strong suit for me, but we're gonna try. Alright, so, here we go. Oh, shoot, I also need to get my lamb. My lame, my little picture on a wheel here. Okay, anyway. Got my here. And I am going to actually really quickly get a cup of water. Alright. Just so it doesn't stick too much to the bottom here, because we're not going with any sort of parchment, just a little bit of cornmeal. And here's the part I'm not excited for, but let's try. Okay. So I'm going to try to get slightly under the couche here, because I actually have a little bit of the couche to where it's under. Pick it up a little bit, and okay. I'm going to really quickly push this on top here. Hopefully it comes off. Perfect. Okay. And now onto the cast iron. Okay. Looking good. And now I'm just going to very carefully store it into it. Ooh, okay, so far so good. Promising. Alright, now, into the oven this goes. We're gonna put it in for 20 to 18 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Into the oven that goes. And then, with this bit of water, I have another cast iron in here. Just throwing a little bit in that cast iron just to make a little bit of steam. That's a scary sound. It sounds like a bomb about to go off. But that is just to help create a lot of steam. It's gonna gelatinize the crust on the bread, which will help make it into a nice, more crunchy and crispy product. So yes. Anyways, I'm now going to... Oh shoot, hold on. Wait. First thing, I need to make sure I dust this with flour. Dust it with flour here. Blah. Then I put the baguette. I want to make sure the seam side is up, because when you eventually put it onto the peel, when you put your bread onto the peel like that, you want to make sure that the seam side is going to be down, and then when I slide it onto my thing, the seam side will be down. So that's why I want to have the seam side up. Alright. So there we go. We're gonna let that boy rest right here. And yeah. That's our first baguette in. I'm gonna be having probably around maybe 5 baguettes. So we'll have plenty of bread to work with today. And I'm just hoping they come out well. I'm excited. I haven't made baguettes in quite a hot minute. So I'm excited to see if they're gonna look good. I did a lot of like prep. I've done a kind of nice to do this because I get to have a little bit more prep time for myself. So with having a bit more prep time, I'm able to do some more research and this and that, and not to say that I don't really, but I get to more mentally prepare myself. I don't know. You should already know this. I'm quite the anxious guy, so I want to make sure that I did a bit more research today, and I did. So now hopefully it's not all for nothing, because I want to see at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much research I do, the proof will be where the product is. If it comes out nicely, then it's nice. If it doesn't come out nicely, then I did jack diddly. Alright, well, I'm gonna start cleaning up my tension here. So how are you guys doing today? I can't remember the last time when we last saw each other. It was like... Today's Sunday, right? We last talked to each other Friday. Oh yeah, that's right. We did the collab with Temp & Co. The underperformers and such, yeah? I kind of feel bad because, what was it? I believe Temp did a stream the other day, and I wanted to watch it, but it was like really late at night, so it's like, man, I would love to stream or watch his stream because I believe he's on hiatus. So for him to just do a stream off the hiatus, it's like, wow, very cool, very cool. But didn't have the time, wanted to sleep, try to prioritize that sleep because my sleep schedule has been very wacky recently, so gotta focus and worry about that before anything. You know, as the saying goes, how can you expect to support someone if you can't support yourself, right? Some may say like, oh yeah, I can support someone else without supporting myself. Which is true. I know that to be true because I remember I used to be like that. But then you come to the realization of you're going for quantity over quality in that sense because, yeah, you're able to give support in some regard, even though you don't support yourself. But you also have a better quality of life and a bit better quality of support if you also support yourself as well. Because then you feel like you more believe in whatever you may think. I don't know. Today has been a good day, though. I keep all having a grand day because it's been a good day. I've just been having some sandwiches here and there. Actually, wait, I forgot. It hasn't been a good day because I got really stubborn today because I was also making potato bread today, too. I decided to make some potato bread today, and, well, I decided to not listen to my own rules about just do it right the first time. And if it's messed up, you should go back and change it. I was stubborn, And you know what? That's what I get. Now, you might not look bad on a top view, but that's what happens when you overproof your bread. This was supposed to be a lovely, lovely potato bread. I wanted to make more sandwiches. I only have 2 slices for 1 more sandwich today. But this is just kind of sad. It's like, it could have been so nice and fluffy and airy, but unfortunately, it just got really, really, well, it overproofed. That's what happens in this bread. It's very, very overproofed. On the bright side, I guess, like, wow, look, I can grab all the white bread here, like the actual flesh inside, and, I don't know, I can make, like, breadcrumbs a bit now, which is what I'm trying to do here. I'm just gonna try and pull all this bread on the inside out. And now I have, like, a bread bowl. So, like, I can soup or something in this now. Very strange to have a, oh, there's a hole, probably not soup. Maybe stew. Or chicken pot pie, that'd be kind of fun. But, yeah. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you're stubborn like me, and it's like, I'll be fine. Your bread doesn't come out to its fullest potential. You can follow the same recipe over and over again, but if you're not strict to your guns and technique, stuff like this will happen. I'm not sure if this is motivating, but I hope this does, because, like, hey, I bake bread at home all the time. I make really good looking bread, I think. Methinks I make good looking breads. But sometimes you mess up, and you know what? It is what it is. And I very much messed up. It's a shame. Like, the bread itself, because, you know, I want to make sure it tastes good at least. It tastes delicious. Which is just more upsetting to have, because I'm eating it, like, I taste the white bit, I'm tasting the actual bread inside, and it's delicious. It's like very nice, fluffy, soft, mildly sweet, more potatoey and rich, and it's just kind of upsetting. So, yeah, at the very least now I can kind of just pull this stuff apart. I'm gonna go get a sheet tray. And, well, I'm just gonna grab a piece of tinfoil, not parchment, because I want to show you my face really badly. And essentially, I'm just gonna just peel this apart. Make sure it has a lot of surface area so it can dry out more easily. But after I'm done baking today, once I turn the oven off, I'm throwing this stuff right in. And then make it into breadcrumb. The best way to make breadcrumb is to not bake it, really. The best way is actually to let bread naturally dry out. But the thing about that, of why I don't want to do that, is that in my apartment there's a lot of flies. And I'm very conscious about that. Because I very much don't care if I ever cook for myself. And, like, if I get myself sick, you know what? I know the risk I put into stuff when I make food. But with ingredients such as breadcrumb and stuff like that, especially when I know I'm going to store it for a long period of time, there might be a chance one day, saying when, not saying it even would happen, but maybe someday I might be able to cook for a friend, or maybe I make a friend and then I want to cook for them, and I use this very same breadcrumb, and then, you know, what if they get sick? I don't want to get people sick, so... Even though, like, at the end of the day, this food's for me, I still have that weird thought in my head of, what if? What if? Very hard what if, because it most likely will never happen, but what if someone comes over? What if? So, I'm gonna just have it all, like, here, just kind of let it dry out for a bit. This stuff, though, I honestly don't know what I'm... Actually, wait, I know exactly what to do with this. I'm actually gonna just tear this stuff apart, because I know what I can do with this. Bread pudding. Bread pudding is a lot like French toast, you know? You make a simple custard, milk, cream, egg. maybe cinnamon and such. And then chop it up, put it in a thing, bake it off. Essentially what bread pudding is. I mean French toast is, except that it's not chopped. So still kind of upsetting. Even if I do find good utility with something like this. Like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I can reutilize my bad bread to make it into something a bit more edible and a bit more fun to eat. But at the end of the day, I'm really upset because, like, man, it would be really nice to have some fresh potato bread for some really good sandwiches. I even bought some, like, what is it? I even bought, like, some nice, what is it? Some nice lunch meat, but can't really utilize it right now. Alright, so this is the one to where it's not, there's no holes on the bottom. You know what that means. I think I might make soup sometime. And make a little bit of soup. Put it into this, like, really strange, awkward... Ooh, wait, maybe like a... Okay, this would be very strange, but maybe a shepherd's pie? I don't know. Okay, maybe not a shepherd... mushroom soup or something, I don't know. Something among that. Shepherd's pie, mushroom soup, whatever it could be. I'm not exactly sure. Alright, I gotta check on the oven now. Let's see here. How we looking? Ooh, that's looking actually really good. Okay. It needs another 10 minutes though, so we're gonna give it 10. I got more things to do anyways. I got all this bread to just shred. More bread to shred. It seems like a good motto for something. I got some bread shred. Seems like a motto of sorts. Maybe if it was like a breadcrumb company. Very niche company, but yeah, I might make myself like a bread pudding so I can have it for like breakfast or something tomorrow. Something a little fun. Something that isn't just French toast. And I could make it a lot more healthy. I could put like fruit, low sugar, more egg based, stuff like that, make it more custardy. I don't know. Spitballing ideas right now, really. Hey, Sai. Hi, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, well, I've done my bit with my potato bread. My failed potato bread at that. You know, I don't know why I always had to drill it into myself of like, yeah, you know what? You failed. It's wrong. Bad. Horrible job with this potato bread. But honestly, I don't think, if I wasn't like that, I wouldn't want to, like, improve as much as I would if I didn't. But it wasn't like that, you know? Not gonna lie, it's also just kind of neat. They're just kind of tasty just to pop in the mouth. I'm alright. How are you, Bread Boy? Good. Doing good. I had some really bad potato bread because I got I don't know what the word is. I got really... I don't know what the word would be. Lazy? I got lazy. And I didn't fix the issue when I saw the issue. So now I have a failed bread bowl. I have a failed potato loaf. But I still have some utility for it. I took all the flesh on the inside, and I'm gonna dry it out and make it into breadcrumb. this stuff right here, I'm gonna turn into bread pudding, so I'll have that for tomorrow to eat. And this thing, I am going to also dry out, then turn it into a bread bowl, and then maybe have soup one night. I'm trying to figure out what kind of soup do I want. Even if I want a soup, at that. Like, do I want like a stew, maybe? Let me see. Let me see what kind of meat I have. Salmon chowder. Might be nice too. No. But yeah, I just got this little bread bowl now. I'm gonna use it for something. And let me tell you, it's gonna be kind of cool. It's gonna be kind of cute, maybe. The outside crust is pretty thick, so hopefully it should hold, but either way, I'll let this stuff... Oh, wait, actually, you know what? Ah, yes, you've heard of bread bowls. But what about bread lids? I hate this. Oh, this is so dumb. I hate it. Well, bread lids. There we go. I'm gonna look into the oven now because I'm smelling a bit of almost not burnt but cooked bread. And it's a good thing I checked it. Not pretty. Yeah, good thing I pulled it out early, because if I put it in for the full time, it might have been a little burnt. That's a pretty baguette. That's a pretty looking baguette, though. Alright, well, I gotta get a cooling rack. Ooh, it's nice and light, too. Nicely good little baguette there, if I do say so myself. Our cooling rack, and now I have to re-clean this, and I gotta clean this off and start the next one. We got 4 baguettes all day to do. Well, 5 all day, 4 more to finish. So I need to make sure I clean off this thing here. Don't want all this burnt bit to be on it. Dust it with some fresh cornmeal once more. Make a bit of smoke because, of course, it's hot. You know, it's just gonna happen. It's just be like it. Just be like that. All right. And just as oh shoot, just as before. Get my bread peel here. Stretch out the pate. Stretch this out a bit. So I have just a bit of space to work with. Gently side, roll over onto the peel, and now gently on. There we go. Uh-oh. Might have ruined some of the baguettes here. But it's fine. Just gonna move this for now. Alright. And now, let's see an issue with this one. And I didn't make more bold scores. So I got all the time right now. I'm just gonna make sure I really get deep. Get really deep with these scores. Gonna make the baguette look a lot nicer in presentation if I do it now. Nice and deep. Okay, and just back into the oven. Another round. And just like prior, little steam on the bottom. Now, not the bottom of the oven though. I've done that. I've done that once or twice at my home, to where you put steam in the bottom of the oven, not in a pan. The reason why you don't want to throw it in your oven just like that is because you could warp your oven and possibly break it. So, that's why usually you see things like, oh, put a cast iron pan with your other pan so you can create steam. You need another vessel to make steam, because you could break your oven. So now I'm just gonna really quickly just check on these. They should be fine, but I want to make sure their integrity is fine. Integrity, that's a big word. And also, just saying, it might be a hot minute for these to actually rise. I let my other breads that, as you saw, these other two baguettes that you saw, I let them probably proof and rest for probably an hour, but maybe we can talk for an hour. We'll see. I'm just gonna use the rest of the couche to actually cover it, so it doesn't dry out complete. But at the same time, you do want it to be a little dry, because the thing, if you didn't note about the other baguette I just threw in, that thing cooked really, really, what's the word? It cooked, what's the word? It cut really, really well. It cut extremely well. So, it is better if it dries out, because if you dry out the bread a little bit, the dough, it creates a kind of crust. And that crust, one, gets that nice signature look for a baguette. And also, another thing is, when you do the, what is it? What was I talking about? When you do score it, you can get a much better score, and like, the main thing about this score is that it wasn't really that great. This one right here was probably the best one because it went pretty deep and got like almost under the crust of it. But with these other scores, you can barely even notice them. So it is nice to have a little bit more of a deeper score so you can get a more traditional sort of look of it. But yeah, I'm very happy about how the baguette looks though. All things considered, it looks a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. And ooh, it smells good. It smells like, okay, so it's a very common thing, to my knowledge, to when you make bread and bake bread. It's always a good thing to like not only just feel it, look at it, hold it, but smell it. Because yeah, the smart aleck thing to say right now is like, oh, it smells like bread, but it actually doesn't really smell like bread, if that makes sense. Because the smell of this bread has a much more unique scent. It more or less smells like it's okay, wait. I gotta try and remember what this is, because it has almost like a popcorny kind of scent to it. It almost is very cracker-like as well. Like, you know when you eat a cracker and like you get that nice little almost like dry not dry, but like it has that cracker flavor in the scent. I don't really know how to explain it, but when you talk about scents and breads, it's essentially like how, you know, how your not vineyards, when your sommeliers are like, oh, this wine has a nice fruitiness to it. It has a nice age, and it gives it a nice caramel apple flavor to it. You know, when you get pedantic and stuff with like wine, smelling good bread is pretty much the same thing, except that it's a lot more understandable, if that makes sense. Because for me, I don't really understand like, oh yeah, this wine tastes like this wine tastes like that. They all taste like wine in my head, except for dessert wines. Dessert wines actually taste good. But this though, bread, yeah, you can get like a very notable smell with it, and you can very much say that this does not smell like just bread, you can almost smell like a scent of like a very cracker-like sort of scent to it. Oh, of course, also, you know that Ratatouille movie where they show you like, oh yes, it's not there. There's one good way to tell you how baguette is good, not the smell, not the flavor, not the taste or whatever, but the sound. Now to be honest, I'm not sure about how the sound for this is actually gonna be, but I want to let you hear. All right, here we go. I'm not sure if it picked it up, unfortunately, but it definitely has a nice sort of crispness to it. Here, wait. Hold on, wait. Let me turn my filter off. Okay, let's try it again. Alright. Please pick up, because this is actually a beautiful sound. Ooh, crunchy. Yeah, that's pretty good baguette though. Maybe I should actually turn the... Wait, hold on. Let me try that one more time and turn the music off. I want to make sure that you hear the pure, unadulterated sound of the bread, because I'm just that pedantic, that crazy over it, alright? Yeah, I know. It may be a touch extra, but it's for a good reason, trust. Okay. Okay, the music's off. We're here with the bread again. My filters are changed. Alright. Money shot. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. That's ASMR for me. For me, that's music to my ears. Hearing bread just being so crackly and crunchy like that. Beautiful. Sounds like bread too. Yeah, well, it is bread, so thank God it sounds like bread too. Oh my god, if it sounded like a car, that'd be interesting. I've never seen or heard a bread sound like a car, but you get the point of like, oh geez, I've never heard something like that before. But have you heard about that Discord ping there? That was me. Hi Salmon, hello there. Oh, and by the way, hi there, Tabris. Sorry, I didn't even really hear. I didn't really notice. Yes. Hi. Oh, and hi Mahler as well. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, lads. Welcome all in. I hope you were here to go here. I hope you were here to listen to that Bred ASMR, because of all the silly ASMRs that are out there, I think Bred ASMR is actually, like, unironically the best kind of ASMR. Just because I think for, like, most people, maybe I'm speaking for the crowd here, but when you get a nice sounding bread like this, and you hear that lovely crackly sound of the bread when you just crush it a little bit, you can tell that it's fresh made. You can tell there's love, there's heart, there's something put into it to where you can get like a nice, good quality baguette. And baguettes are just like one of those breads to where there is beauty in its simplicity. Because all these recipes, they are just, all the recipes I found for this baguette, the 2 recipes I chose, flour, water, salt, yeast. Nothing more, nothing less. And you know what? That's all you need for a good bread. Sugar, okay, I guess. Some breads do need sugar, but a lot of them really just need the bare minimum. There's a beauty in simplicity when it comes to bread like this, and although I don't eat them that much, baguettes are a beautiful, beautiful thing. And also, not to say that sourdough isn't, because sourdough is a very beautiful bread at that. Though I will also go out and admit, maybe sometimes the sour, the funk, it's not bad, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood for it. So something very simple, something that's very, very perfectly done, simply done, in a very graceful manner, such as a baguette, is perfect. Sometimes you just don't feel like having the funkiness. Sometimes you just want to just have bread, and that's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that. No sweet, no honey, no sugar, nothing like that. Just bread. And also, it has been a good amount of time, maybe like 10 minutes. So how about we get into this bread, yes? Alright. I actually want to see if I can pull this mic close enough so you can hear me cut into the bread. Alright. Well, that's as close as I'm gonna get it, so here we go. Ooh. That's a nice crumb. Has good rise. Maybe a bit too much yeast, if anything, but it's beautiful. Alright. Well, ooh. Yeah, it's nice. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That's just great. Oh, I love that. So the inside is so pillowy soft. Like, you can see how pillowy it is. It's extremely soft. Like, it just feels very pillowy. I don't know how to explain it. Very pillowy, nice and soft. But the outside is a very, very thin but crispy layer of bread. Like, here, I'm gonna put the, what is it? The bread to the microphone right now. You can't hear anything with the outside, and I'm gonna do the thing with food on like shorts and stuff. Here's my knife. Okay, now here's the crust. Crunchy, crispy. So, I can already tell, like, it's gonna be a beautiful crust on the outside, nice and crunchy, and nice and pillowy soft in here, so here we go. Yeah, it's been a good... That's a good baguette, though. Nice, light, fluffy, crunchy crust out the outside, but it's like paper thin. And it bites into just like a potato chip. And it's nice and fluffy on the inside. It's like, just so good. This is the stuff about bread that just makes me so like, yes, I love bread. I love talking about it. I love talking about bread. Stuff like this, because it's so simple. It's so easy to make bread like this. And then you can go to the store and get some basic sad white bread. I don't know. I'm very passionate about this stuff. It's like, it's beautiful. Like, it's just so crispy and crunchy. It's like a beautiful crust on the outside. It's so crispy and then nice and light and fluffy on the inside. It's great for a sandwich. It's good for eating on its own. And the crust has a nice sort of like popcorny flavor to it. With having just that nice feeling of flavor and freshness to it too. And I think this is the one that I let ferment a little longer. So you can get a lot more wheat flavor. But also, it has actually a very nice, natural, wheaty sweetness to it. Which makes it very lovely. Because you think there's sugar or something in it, but there's none at all. It's just beautifully done. One of the main reasons, if I ever want to go... One of the main things, if I ever want to go to somewhere like, let's say France, I want to just go there and eat bread. Bread, meat, cheese, and maybe wine. I can't drink, but like, I'm really so just interested and wanting to see good quality bread. There's not very good quality bread where I live, so unfortunately I have to really depend on myself to make this good bread. But it's so fun to make good bread like this. Makes you just want to just make more bread. So, but of course, you know, when you make good bread, bread is good and all. But you know how you can make bread better? a nice slathering of nice softened butter. It's just so nice. It's better than a car. Having good bread like this is like having... I don't know how to explain it. Just having good quality bread like this. Nice butter. The crunch, the crisp, the softness, the flavor, everything about it. Just makes... Just love it. Makes me so happy. Oh, is the microphone picking that up? Can you actually hear me chew? That's kind of funny. That's actually kind of surprising. Can you actually hear me chew? Yeah, we can hear the mukbang ASMR. Good. What are you gonna do with the baguettes? So the baguettes, I'm personally gonna probably eat them for like dinner. Nice little baguettes. Maybe I'll be a little fancy, get some cheese. Because I have some cheese, got some wine. Maybe have a nice simple dinner like that. Maybe I can get some pieces of meat, make a simple sandwich even. But the main goal, the main reason why I'm actually... Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so the bread just came out. I mean, the bread just finished baking. Oh, the beauty of this one. Oh, that looks great. That looks gorgeous. This is what I mean about those deep scores. Oh, that's beautiful. That's great. Oh, that visual, you can see the score, you can see where I cut it. And has that almost kind of traditional look of a baguette to it. It's getting there. That's pretty close. And it's just so beautiful to look at. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's the kind of bread I want. Oh. And it's not too horribly cooked on the bottom either. It's nice and light too. Like that. Okay. Sorry. Getting back to that question you had of what am I gonna do with all these baguettes? Yeah, I'm gonna probably have some of them for dinner. But I am also gonna use at least one or two of these for the stream tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing a stream to where we are making two kinds of sandwiches that require baguettes. Those being a French dip sandwich and a banh mi. They are both traditionally usually made on a baguette, and I have been in the mood recently to just make a baguette. So we're making that tomorrow. Not much really to it. Now the only thing I will say that's kind of sad about this all is that I have no one to share this bread with. Truly the most upsetting thing. All this bread, all this delicious bread, no one to share it with. Share it with us? Alright. Here, I'll get you a nice buttered up bit right here. Alright. And here, just because the butter I use is unsalted, I'll just even get a bit of salt too. Alright. You guys ready? Say ah. Say ah. Eat it. Outstanding. Alright. And check on these things. Yeah, they definitely need a lot more time. So, I think we might want to put these on the bread cam for a bit, because we gotta wait a little bit. That's really all to it. We got a bit of time to spend, a bit of time to wait, so perhaps we should spend a little time off camera. Hi, Sprockets. Hello. And what I mean by off camera, I just mean by like at the desktop, really. There's not much for us to do. We just gotta let these breads just rise a bit, but that's it. Gonna take this bread with me now. Alright. Well, we're kind of just sitting here and chatting for a bit now. Just gonna be eating this lovely, lovely baguette here. I am honestly shocked at how crispy it is, though. I will not lie. I honestly didn't think it'd be that good. To be 100% transparent even, I thought today's baguettes were gonna be very, very subpar. Like, they're gonna taste good, they're gonna be like, that's good, I like it. But this very much exceeded expectation. Because I actually thought it wasn't gonna be that good. But they are pretty much that good. Because, like, for me, getting fresh bread is very rare something I will do, because usually I'll let it sit and I won't eat it for an hour and it's like nice and soft, which is great. But having the crust just be this crackly, like this, that's a rarity for me. But baguettes are one of those breads you can do that with. Hi, Bush. Yeah, that was good. I can't wait to make like a nice sandwich with that. Maybe make like a nice turkey sandwich. Tomato, or a BLT. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, maybe a little turkey just because I want to be a little special. And my mother came not long ago, and she gave me these beautiful, like extremely red, ripe red tomatoes. They're like so flushed. They're gonna be like so sweet and fresh. So I'm gonna probably cut a few of those up, get some lettuce, get some of this turkey I got, and make this delicious turkey club sandwich or something. I don't know. Your model chewing is so silly, but at least it can pick it up. Not many models can pick up chewing, I think. I'm not sure, but alright. Alright. Let's see. Oh my god. Sorry. I forgot. So I was talking to someone on Discord just a moment there, and I completely forgot there's this really silly, amazing emote that I have. It's from a really old meme, but I want to share it with y'all because it's that funny. I'm not doom scrolling. I'm just going over. Oh, I gotta turn my actual filter, the other filter on. I'm just not doom scrolling. I'm responding to Discord messages. In fact, I might actually ask these lads if they can just start spamming me just to spite you guys. Shark Pog. But yeah, that's the silly little emote that I forgot I had. Shark Pog. It's funny. So yeah, I was just playing around with this thing. I did not keep track of time. When did I shape those baguettes? I forgot. I forgot. When did I finish shaping them? So almost like 40 minutes ago? We'll check in like maybe half an hour. I'm gonna put a timer on my watch here. Yeah, half an hour sounds good. Well, actually, you know what? We'll do 15 minutes, and then if I need more time after those 15, then we'll go after another 15. But yeah. It's fun making bread. It's very relaxing, so. Relaxing, fun, simple, kind of easy. You just gotta follow good technique. Not to say my technique's good, but still, it's something that I can rely on, kinda. Not the best, but it works. So yeah. But do you guys really know about like what is it? You guys know about hold on, it's coming to me about banh mi's and French dips and such? Yeah, no? Oh, sorry, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm just kind of like... Okay, so now I'm doom scrolling. I am, what is it? Doom scrolling on Twitter? Twitter? No, it's not Twitter. Twitch, because I'm very curious to see if there are any baking VTubers. Once more, I am the only baking Actually, the funny thing is, I checked the tags, just the tags period. I'm like one of the very few baking streamers right now, actually, funny enough. There is someone making Spanatopica, which is, it's okay. I'm not really a fan of it. And a chickpea salad. Someone's actually baking muffins, so okay, maybe I'm not the only baker, but I'm the only baking VTuber, that for what that counts for. Yeah, other than that, there's no baking VTubers. So yeah. I'm the only baking VTuber that exists. Yeah. Now is there anything about Bred and Baker? Specialized cooking VTuber. Exactly. No one else is going to be doing these things. No one. Just me. Oh, there's a VTuber called Breadstick. That's funny. Hold on, I'm gonna look onto their streams. Yeah, there's not many VTubers, Bred VTubers. Yeah, this lad or lass, girl, lass. This lass is playing Danganronpa. Maybe if they're what is it? Maybe if they're still streaming, we'll raid into them, yeah? We'll worry about that later. Oh, Baker. Okay, so, I can 100% confirm to you all, there is another there's another VTuber out there, Spread Axiom. They are doing Cult of the Lamb. But I'm the only actual VTuber that's baking right now on Twitch as we speak. No one else can take my crown. My highly specific that isn't really that specific crown. I am the only baker VTuber on Twitch right now. No other, just me. It's not cool to hold onto monopolies like that, Salty. Well, anyways, yeah, I kind of like, this is like a really fun thing to do when we have downtime like this. I like to just go on my tags, just because, like, oh yeah, okay, let's see. Who's a VTuber that's cooking right now? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Actually, come to think of it, hold on. Food and drink. Who's the VTuber that's doing... Is there any VTubers that are doing... None! Oh my god. There are no VTubers... There's one VTuber. They're on BRB right now. I'm not sure if they're actually... I don't know. More power to them if they are? Not sure. I was about to say I'm one of two. I'm one of two VTubers that are currently that are currently in the food and drink category on Twitch right now. You can go look it up yourself. Go to the food and drink category, type in VTuber, you'll see me and Mr. Miss the Fish Cake. Now the real question is, because yeah, this is YouTube, I mean this is Twitch. But what about YouTube? Here, let me go look on YouTube real quick. Oh, and I'll also show you the pictures and such later. I just wanna... Oh no. I'm doing the research now. Baking VTuber. I'm gonna type that in. I'm gonna put the filters to live. Oh my god. Oh yeah, oddly specific things again? Oh, it's more likely than you think. I am one of two VTubers on the entirety of YouTube right now. That is a baking VTuber. Let's go. I can't tell if that's Chinese or if that's... Actually, I have no idea. Chinese or Japanese. It's some sort of Eastern language. I don't really know. hold on. I want to make this more I want to make this more very specific as well, because I feel special when I do that. What about Bred VTuber? That's a little bit more open. So let's see if I do Bred VTuber and go into live. Will I even see myself? Okay, for Bred VTubers, apparently there's a New Year's 2025 countdown, all time zones, and Mystery Science Theater meme 1000. And then there's Shiny Hunting Bot, Pokemon Emerald, FAQ, Target, Guide, Clips, Download, and Bingo. Interesting. So, actually doom scrolling, Salty. Yeah, now I'm doom scrolling. But it's I'm just saying, it's fascinating. It's fascinating because I don't know, I don't think that the thing I'm doing right now currently is niche. What the heck is... Okay, I'm gonna make sure I very much show this stuff, because I think it's kind of funny. Alright. Oh, this is so strange. Okay. Alright, I hope you're ready. I'm gonna show you guys the tea. Hold on. I make sure I get all my seats, if you will. Alright. Where's the smart board? Alright, here we go. Alright. As you can see, right here, it says Bred. On all of Twitch right now, there are 1, 2, 3 VTubers with the Bred tag. Their name might be Breadstick. This one might be named Bread-sama. But I'm the only baking VTuber with the Bred tag on Twitch. Not only that, but... Oh. Well, okay, that's nothing to hide. I'm the only one of 2... I don't know, I'm kind of waiting to see what they were doing. I am the one of 2 VTubers in the food and drink category. So, one of 2, that's extremely exclusive. Me and Mr. and Mrs. Fish Cake right here, you know, we're part of the exclusive club and all. But it doesn't stop there. Because on YouTube, apparently, my competition is Perpetual Adoration Live from St. Benedict's Melbourne, and Eucharist Adoration Live, Big Bear Bald Eagle Life Nest. It's a lot of these also really strange things. When I just typed in Bred virtual YouTuber, but then I typed in baking VTuber, and there's this cute lass. Maybe I'll give them a sub. I don't know. This lad right there. So like, I'm one of the only baking VTubers that is currently live on YouTube. Talk about exclusive. I'm also just one of the only baking virtual YouTubers right now currently live on YouTube. And yeah, you know what? I'm gonna frame that. I'm gonna put down the thing of saying like, oh yeah, on September 1st, 7 o'clock p.m. EST, I was the only baking virtual YouTuber or VTuber on all of YouTube. Which, just saying, isn't that kind of a crazy thought? Just because, like, I don't know, YouTube's huge. There's like so many people on YouTube. There's so many things on YouTube. But I'm one of the only ones currently live right now. I don't know, that's kind of fun. That's neat for me. I like that. I think it's cool. So yes. And I'm also glad to see that my thumbnails is actually pretty good. I think that's a pretty good thumbnail, no? I've been trying to change around thumbnails recently, and I kind of like the thumbnail. It's nice. I think it's cool. I like it. Huh. But yeah, I am kind of curious now. we did virtual YouTuber and stuff like that, but who are currently who are some VTubers that are live right now? Debut 2.0. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, is that Mio? Oh, Mio. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's a funny profile picture. I like that. Doom scrolling on YouTube. That's not a that looks AI generated. That person does not look like a real face. Very interesting. Yeah, it's kind of fun to look down on this stuff, doom scrolling, just to see like, oh yes, what else is out there? Wait, was that one? What? Oh, it's not. I can't tell if that was Slimer. Is that one Spanish? Oh wow, that's a rarity right there. I'm actually kind of surprised there's not more linguistical, more VTubers of different languages. I'm not sure if there's a Russian VTuber that I know of, or Spanish really. It's only English, Japanese, Indonesian, stuff like that. So, all right, well, that's enough of the smart board for now, I think. I just wanted to show you all those funny little things, though. I thought that was just kind of neat. A little sideball, a little thing of like, yes, I'm the only one that exists. No one else exists. I'm the only one. Me, me, me. I'm gonna become a VTuber and be the first. Okay. Well, you can't be the first. You can't be the first baking virtual YouTuber, because that's not me either. I'm pretty sure there's some other baking VTubers out there that's been longer than me. But I am the first virtual. I am the old not first. I'm the only baking YouTuber that currently is live right now. So, and it's specific enough for me to go like, ha, look at me go. Yeah. First Russian VTuber, I mean. Okay. Alright. Let's take a little... We need to humble this bread boy. How about, you give me 1 sec. I want to go check on Bred. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna give it another 15 minutes because it definitely does seem like it needs a bit more time to like rest. It's almost there, it's just barely there. And it just needs a bit more time. 15 to be exact. Well, partially exact. It needs around 15. So. You know, I'm actually even kind of surprised because something I even noticed. What's her face? Onigiri? I'm surprised I haven't seen her live very often. Though at the same time, I don't really... She's probably live at weird times. Is she on break? Let's see. 4 days ago. Oh yeah, she hasn't been live for a hot minute. it's not as long as you think it to be, but it's definitely been a bit of time. 4 minutes. Oh, they went to a concert. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Ba 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 da. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Shoot. Sorry. Wait, I'm realizing something. I after I went to go from Onigiri, I was going straight to Twitter. I was like, oh geez, we're about to doom scroll. Okay. Here, I actually do have some fun things to talk about. Sorry, I got really distracted there for a moment. Anyways, let's talk about drawing, because I have made some pretty nice not discoveries, but advancements, I guess is the best word to say. I've been doing some great advancements in the sense of drawing. Recently, I found out that there is a special tool called the ruler tool, and I personally think my art has gotten so much better now. Look at that! Isn't it so cool? Look at it. It's so neat. It looks like actual anime in a way. It's like, oh, it's so close. It's like, oh, it's kind of anime. It's so close. like mostly it's just the chin. Because like, oh my god, I can do the circle and the face now. And if you even look right there, there's an ear. I have no idea how to draw ears. And the funny thing is, I didn't look up a reference at all. That's my huge thing that I also realized. I didn't even use a reference. I kind of just used off pure intuition. that's big in my head. Just because, like, I'm not good at drawing. I'm bad at drawing. I would say I'm horrible at drawing. But then being able to realize of, like, wait, I can do some really clean line work if I use a different tool. And then, oh wait, I can actually use a ruler tool to help make symmetry. Oh wait, it looks like art. It looks actually kind of good. Nice, looks nice and different from your usual style. It does look different from my usual style because it's kind of something I more or less want to lean towards. Like my art style here, I'll bring up this. It's very soft. It's very chibi, you know? But it looks kind of weird in my head. It looks almost derpy. But, with this, it kind of does... It just looks better in my head. It's just now the only thing I need to work on is hair. Hair is the only thing I need to work on, because it doesn't look like hair. It looks like... It just doesn't look like hair. Holy carp, looks like MLP, but a human. Why must you make me see this thing? Because now... I know exactly what you mean by this. I know exactly what you mean by this, and now I don't like my art now. Thanks, Bush. Alright, going into the trash this goes. I didn't, you know what? I didn't want to improve my art anyways. I didn't want to improve my art anyways. I didn't want to be an artist anyways. I should have just drawn those candy-colored horses. Wow. I'm depression now. There's nothing else to say. I'm depression. It is what it is. I can't. No. Can't believe he made him take it off the fridge like that, Bush. It's going straight into the trash. No, I'm throwing it straight into the oven. Man, I was so proud about that too. Dang. I put it on my fridge. You can't put it on your fridge. I'm burning it as we speak. How dare you talk about those candy-colored horses? Funny horses. Funny candy-colored horses talking about friendship and magic like that. Wow. Alright. Well, I think it's time to get back into the kitchen. I think we should take another quick look to see if it's all good to go. You could have been 20% cooler, but you chose the darker path. You come onto my stream and make a My Little Pony reference like that and call yourself out as a brony. I'm so upset. Actually, that's fine. I don't care. I actually don't care. How do you know what it is? Because I'll say it. I used to be a brony, and it was cringe. It was... It was cringe. They're cute, I guess, but like... I don't like thinking about that fandom, for one thing. Ugh. That fandom gives me nightmares. Ugh. It paired with your opening, and now I have it. You stink. No, you stink. You smell. You smell like a bush. Alright, anyways, let's get to the baking of the final loaves here, yeah? I suppose we should get to this one first. No? Eh? Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna actually move this to the side so I can actually pull out the cast iron. Yeah. Okay, before I take it off, put a nice little bit of cornmeal. There we go. And now, on top of that, just hurts my hand a bit there. It's alright. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to make sure these are nice open cuts though. I want to make sure I get some really nice, beautiful, beautiful cuts here. It might take an extra minute, but I want to make sure these are beautiful. As beautiful as they could be. Alright, same song and dance. A little bit of water on the bottom here. Close that oven. I love My Little Pony. Stop. Stop. Stop what? Listen, Listen. When it was, when that stuff wasn't as... I'm gonna sound really hipster, I think, but... When it was more niche, I think it was fine. But when more people found out about it, that's when it got really wacky. A little bit too silly. They got a little goofy, as one would say. Got really goofy. Hipster salty. Yeah, listen. Before it was cool. It was cool. Now everyone is a brony, and now it's just kind of cringe. I loved Rainbow Dash because I thought she was a guy for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I look back at the little horses, and I can't say I like any of them now. I guess at the time, I think I liked Fluttershy because, yes, the shy, introverted person likes the shy, terrified of people, or ponies in this case, character. Yes. Yes. My favorite flavor is vanilla. I like the color black and white. I read the newspaper every single morning with my cup of coffee. Yes, I am unique. You know, stuff like that. Like, oh, yeah, it's kind of like, oh, no, duh. Bleh. I don't know. Vanilla is not. Yeah, even though I'm saying, like, oh, yeah, vanilla basic, blah, 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 I still like vanilla. I don't care. I like vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream's the best ice cream, actually. But I'm saying this to prove the point. Not prove the point, but to make the point, you know? That's why I'm saying this. Not because I'm dissing something. I'm making a point here. And you all I hope you all understand the point I'm trying to make here. So yes. Don't pretend being a VTuber isn't 10 times more cringe. God damn it. You're... I mean, you're right. Shoot, you got me. My hands are up right now. Okay, you know what? You got me. Yeah, yeah. You got me. Yeah, we're crit. Actually, we're not ready to have that discussion yet. I can't have it yet, so. I'll have a rebuttal eventually, but right now I just do not have I don't have the strength to do it right now. So I'll let you off the hook for now. But let it be known that sometime in the future, that might come back to bite you. This is a beautiful baguette. I'm gonna give myself credit here. It's quite a beautiful baguette. It's pretty. The scoring, the ears are kind of okay. They're pretty good for what they are. It's light. The bottom isn't as terribly burnt, if at all. It's light. This is actually like a perfect baguette for a sandwich. I am not gonna lie. Just like cut it in half. Get some meatballs in there, Parmesan. This would make the perfect meatball parm sandwich. Meatball hero. It was just a little bit smaller though. It was just a little bit smaller. But that is a good looking pizza. A good looking piece of bread right there. It'll be good for our banh mi tomorrow. So excited for that. I gotta do some extra shopping though, I think. So he thinks I gotta do a little extra shopping. Salty's a VTuber. Can't believe he would decide to deceive us like this. Sorry, you've just gotten to the wrong stream. I'm actually a baker. I'm not a VTuber. So, you might be deceived when you find out that I'm not a VTuber. I'm a baker. A baker that ever so happens to be a VTuber. Wrap your head around that one. I'm also bored at this point. I'm eating bread. I see bread in front of me. I see really tasty bread in front of me. Still crunchy and crackly after an hour, by the way, just saying. Yum. Nah, I just want to... You know what? Hold on. I think I'm gonna make that sandwich right now. Why not? I'm gonna make my dinner. Let's do it. So as I've mentioned, my parents brought these beautifully, like, red, like, they're, like, picture-perfect red. Like, they are incredible, like, they're pretty much as red, maybe a little bit more orange, as my oven mitt. So, they're pretty red. They're pretty ripe. So I'm excited to eat one. Alright. So, I'm gonna get just, a few slices of this nice ripe. Ooh, even the inside is red. Beautiful. Gonna get these nice thin slices here of the nicely cut tomato. Nice. Gonna save the tomato. I'm gonna make marinara of it all later. Okay. You know what? I'll be a little wacky. I'm gonna put a cucumber on there. Why not? A bit more texture. A bit of something else on there too. Would it be nice to have it as a pickle? Maybe. But honestly, I'm not a huge fan of pickles, so... Which I know is kind of funny to say, because I love cucumbers. But not pickles. Alright. I'm now gonna get like one, maybe a half one here. Some turkey. Now, I don't really have any mayo, so I'm not going to put any spread on, unfortunately. So I'll just put some, like, olive oil down. Take out the stem of the lettuce. Put the bottoms here like that. To make a good sandwich, you always want to make sure you salt your tomatoes, of course. A little pepper as well. Put some slices of the cucumber on here. Get your slices of tomato. I'm gonna eat this for a little snack. And get some of this nice sliced bit of deli turkey, because boy howdy, it might not be healthy, but I am not making deli turkey. Honestly, I'd rather just buy it. Could I make it fresh? Yes, but I don't feel like it. Alright, and now I'm just gonna crown my king here. And there we go. That's a pretty looking sandwich, if I do say so myself. It might even need a fancy little sandwich pick. Wow, look at that. That's not something you can get from Subway. I want to take a picture of it. It's actually kind of a cute looking sandwich, and I want to take a picture of it, okay? Think of this almost as a prelude for tomorrow's stream, because essentially we're doing this tomorrow, kinda, in a way. So, I take it as a prelude for tomorrow's stream. I would probably put some vinegar on it if I just didn't realize that I should have put some vinegar on it. So, oh well. A nice little hoagie. A nice fresh hoagie. Not exactly, the ingredients are fresh, except for the turkey, I guess, but fresh bread too. Alright. I don't think I can describe to you how tasty that is. On most sandwiches, you can't really taste the bread, which is funny because, like, you know, bread's kind of neat with all the other ingredients size. But the funny thing is, you can actually, everything in this just feels balanced. Even with how much bread there is in comparison to ingredients, the bread is so light. And the ingredients are just kind of like nicely just there. That, yeah, there might be looking like there's more bread, but the inside bread is so fluffy that it just compresses, and the crisp outside what can I say? It's just a good sandwich. Be nice with some mayo or something, but I don't want to make it. I'm too lazy. Don't have spare turkey lying around? No, fortunately not. I have spare chicken around, but not turkey. I hope you're just ready to listen to me eat. There's not much I can really talk about. At least not yet. I know I'm doing it right now, but it's a small pet peeve that I don't like to do. And I don't really like eating and talking at the same time. In my head, it's like a weird thing of respect. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really talking to someone directly. Like, if I was, like, across from someone, I want to eat when I'm chewing. I want to chew and eat and swallow before I can talk. But still, it's still the idea that you are still there. Yes, you, viewer. Yes, you. You in chat. I still want to give you at least respect to where I will eat my thing, swallow, chew, and then I will talk. But, yeah. How far have you gotten to better MC? So, I've been caught, I see. I've killed all the Aether bosses. That's really it. I kind of just explored the Aether. I'm now in the Outland, the deeper dark or whatever it is. But yeah, Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's like the. I don't know what the main goal of better MC is. So I don't know. Hi Bush. Bush, do you have dementia right now? I saw you not that long ago. Are you becoming like me? Are you becoming a dementia patient like me? Not exactly a good thing. But hi, welcome in, welcome back. So, you guys, what's your usual go-to sandwiches? You know, sandwiches are so versatile. Some people will go to a place for like sandwiches, like I don't know, like a nice Italian deli, or maybe Subway, or maybe a good place that you just go to that has a good sandwich there at that restaurant. What's your go-to sandwich? Do you guys like making sandwiches? Do you buy sandwiches? What's your go-to sandwich? If I were to say, I'm gonna buy you any sandwich you want, realistically, like I'm not gonna buy you like a 5-star Wagyu beef patty sandwich, something like that, you know? If I were to tell you, wherever you live right now, I'm going to send you a sandwich. What do you want? I don't really have one. Then, how about you tell me a sandwich you like? Do you like any sort of sandwich? Is there a sandwich that you just really like in particular? Needs just a bit more time. Like maybe you like to eat maybe you like to eat a chicken parm hero every once in a while. Or maybe you just like a turkey sandwich every once in a while. If I were to tell you I'm gonna make you a sandwich, what would you like? Classic Cuban. Mmm. You can't go wrong with a good Cubano. Just, that's kind of a very, very good sandwich. Pork, mustard, cheese, pickles, on a nice ciabatta bun. It's a classic. It's a good sandwich. And now that I mentioned mustard, I forgot I have whole grain Dijon that I could have put onto this and would have made this so much better too. When it's subs, I usually get whatever Italian sub is an offer. Bunch of meat and oregano and oil and stuff. Classy. You can't go wrong with a good classic like that, so that's a good one. I'm gonna be honest, I personally like myself a very simple sandwich. I just like turkey and lettuce. That is something that I've eaten, that is a food that got me all the way through high school. I've eaten it from kindergarten to 1st to 12th grade. I ate that pretty much every single day of my life as a child. And you know what? It's good. It's simple. Turkey, lettuce, bread. I just like it. Very classic. I do go with turkey and Swiss a lot though. Kind of like my burgers. Swiss is not a bad choice for cheese. Better than your yellow American and yellow cheddars, so much better. That's better than your stuff like that, your very highly processed cheeses. I like myself Munster. Actually, I really actually like mozzarella on my burgers too. But it depends on the burger really. Sometimes I want no cheese. If I make myself a burger, I like to put Munster cheese on it, which I think is a more superior American cheese. Oh, that's pretty okay. Not bad. Alright, let me just wipe this bad boy off, and we'll get the next one started. I am actually starting to think about this a little bit more. Yeah, I don't eat sandwiches that often. But I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking really hard about how very often I actually don't really eat very simple foods anymore. Maybe it's because of my line of work, stuff like that. You don't really want to have something crazy when you come back home or something. So I usually stray away from stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't really even make myself really anything of any really intriguing caliber in that same regard. So, I don't know. Kind of a weird thought, if you will. Alright. Oh shoot, where's my razor? Oh, I threw it back in. Sorry, I want to make sure I get really good at this cut here. Really into this. I want to cut it good. Okay. Sounds like I'm always summoning a demon when I put the steam in like that. Alright, we'll let that go for 10 minutes. And we'll flip it and see how it looks after. Alright, looks like we only have a few more sandwiches, breads to make, and then we gotta end stream for the day. Just having fun with this. Oh. But just like that sandwich, all good things must come to an end. Sorry, I just want to admire my work here. I'm proud of myself. Very rarely do I actually take pride in my bread, funny enough. Even though that I say like, oh, this is mine, or I did a good job, or this and that and this about my bread. For me, I kind of expect it at this point. It's not like, oh, is it gonna be good? Oh, is it gonna be bad? Blah, 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 blah. I know it's gonna be good. But very rarely, on very rare occasion, sometimes I go beyond my expectation. My expectation is kind of more or less like this, to where it's gonna be like a simple kind of bread like this, but like worse looking. So when I can kind of see that, oh wait, this looks beautiful, that looks beautiful, the one I ate was just very delicious, I get very, very excited about stuff like that. I know it's silly to get excited over silly things like food, but once more, there's just a beauty in the simplicity of it all. And I just like to appreciate it. You gotta appreciate the simple things in life, you know? Man, I'm excited for tomorrow now, though. Because that was a good sandwich. So I can only imagine that good sandwich, but with more unique ingredients. For a banh mi, there's like pickled daikon, carrot, cucumber, jalapeno, a sriracha mayo. I gotta go buy sriracha, so and I'm gonna make mayonnaise. So sriracha mayo, chicken, and usually pork. I'm doing beef because I can. So yeah, it's gonna be good. We got a nice steak. I'm gonna try and make sure I cut it nice and thin tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Or night, because it's gonna be a good dinner, is what I'm trying to say. It's gonna be a real good night. I might even try and see if I can give away one of these baguettes, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat all 4 of these baguettes. Granted, I do know, I acknowledge that I ate 1 baguette by myself today, but I don't know. Maybe I'll have it for, what is it? Maybe I'll have it for, like, lunch. Actually, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Maybe I'll do, like, nice, I got some berries. So I'll do some, like, fresh berries, cheese. Do, like, a cheese board. You know, I actually kind of realized recently I have been doing a lot more cheese boards. It's fun. A few cheese boards here and there. Nothing crazy, granted, but I do some cheese boards every now and then. I do cheese boards for myself. They look nice and pretty. I like putting, like, you know, your cheese, your nuts, your berries, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I don't go above and beyond for these cheese boards, especially when I just make them for myself. But it's kind of funny when I talk about cheese, because it's weird. I have a very strange relationship with cheese. Because I used to really, really, really love cheese when I was like a toddler, when I was in my single digits. But as I ate a lot more cheese, there was one night where I ate like 2 bags of mozzarella cheese, and I got so sick from it that I just did not want to eat any more cheese for the rest of my life. It was that bad. Now, when I say rest of my life, that's a little dramatic, because eventually I did come around to liking cheese again, but, like, I really hated cheese. Like, for a good while, after this one incident where I ate 2 bags of cheese and had the worst stomachache of my life, I would say for a good 5 years, I did not like cheese. I hated cheese, actually. Now, in the back of my head, I don't love cheese as much as I used to, but I do have an appreciation for cheese still. It's just that I like a very specific kind of cheese. I like real cheese, if that makes sense. I don't really like the processed stuff. I don't like the American cheese. I don't like the highly processed cheese whiz. That stuff can go into a pond wrapped to an anchor and drown at the bottom, because that is not cheese. Cheese whiz is fake plastic. Even more plastic than American cheese. But American cheese I can kind of get by. I don't really like to eat it. I prefer other cheeses. But if the only cheese around is American, then it's like, if it's white American, I'll eat it. If it's yellow American, I'd rather just go on a dry burger than that. That's how much I don't like yellow cheese. Yellow cheddar isn't even any better, even though it's kind of better in the sense of comparison to American cheese, but I digress. Yellow cheddar, yellow American rubs me the wrong way because it makes me think that, oh, this is not cheese. Yellow cheddar is close, but I'd rather still have a nice white cheddar. I mean, a nice white cheddar. This is too much cheese. That is too much cheese. The only time I use American cheese is when I'm making tuna noodle casserole. I've tried others and just feels wrong. Maybe because I'm so used to it from the childhood, but yeah, possibly. Nostalgia can do a great thing on someone's perspective on food. For one thing, I know it's very sacrilegious, and I know a lot of people don't like it, funny enough, but buttered rice. I think buttered rice goes hard. I think buttered rice is delicious. I haven't made my menu if I were to die today. Like, what would your last meal be? Because, you know, I'm still growing, and I'm still trying to find and taste all these kinds of foods in the world. But I definitely know if I had the ability to have my last meal, I want buttered rice to be a part of it. Not only because I think buttered rice is delicious, but it's also like a very strong, intense, emotional reaction comes from it too. So much so that it's kind of funny to say, but I feel like if I made myself a bowl of buttered rice, either today or tomorrow, I think I'd cry. And it's weird to say and know and admit that, but I know that it holds such a special place in my heart. Buttered rice. It's like, it's the epitome of my mother and father are really tired. They want to get something simple, so they'll just get some buttered rice. They'll cook up some buttered chicken, and they'll just put a whole lot of butter into it. They would probably cook some like corn and green beans or something like that, and then we just eat that. It was very simple. It was very humbling kind of food, and I don't know. There's just a very nice homely feel with it. A very cozy kind of thing for me to eat, which is something I don't really think about very often anymore. I don't know. Which is something I really honestly should think about more, because I'm so, in my head I'm always so focused. I want to make sure I make good food, this, that, make sure I'm practicing my technique, make sure it's all top notch and all that, but thinking about it now, I haven't just had like a nice, simple, humbling sort of meal, and it's been a hot minute since I've had something like that too. So maybe I need to go on a nostalgia trip one night. Maybe one nice Friday night, just make myself a good nostalgic meal. I don't know. I love provolone, but it ruined the casserole when I tried it. Yeah, provolone's kind of strong. Provolone's a very strong kind of cheese. I'd rather eat blue cheese versus provolone. Provolone is a very powerful cheese, so I don't blame you. Hi, Pret. Hi, Prez. Hi, Press. Hello. I used to, for the longest time, because my parents would go to this like pizza place and they do cheesesteaks and stuff like that. I remember I used to always get a cheesesteak provolone, a cheesesteak with provolone, mushrooms, and onion. I can't do that anymore. The provolone's just too strong. It's too funky for me now. If anything, I have to go with one of two things. I go with white American, Swiss, or if they have it, Munster cheese. But yeah, my go-to is just usually, if I ever get a cheesesteak, I usually like getting white American. Swiss is the best, but white American works. You guys like cheesesteaks? Cheesesteak sandwiches? If you do, what's your usual go-to? Do you have a go-to sandwich for your cheesesteak sandwiches? Yeah, I haven't had one in forever. Honestly, same. I don't know, I don't really have too much with I don't really have cheesesteaks too often. They're great, they're tasty, they're the best thing to eat if you're feeling upset one day. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like it's too much. You eat all this meat and cheese and carbs, and afterwards you just feel like trash. You feel horrible. And like, hey, I guess that's kind of the thing about eating grilled cheese that people like, but at the same time, I'm not really... I don't like that niche. It's kind of overrated. It's like drinking a thing of alcohol. Who cares? It might feel good for a bit, but the after effects is just really... They come up quick, and it's not fun. It's not pleasant. I don't get sub-style stuffed onto, though. Gotta watch my carbs. Yeah, I hear you on that. A lot of bread, and even a half sub. I think that's honestly a reason why I've been actually pushing myself away from sandwiches so much. Because it's a lot of carbs. And I make a lot of bread, and I try to be very... what is it? I try to be very mindful of my bread. Like, I'll try and, like, make sure I eat... If I make one loaf of bread, like, maybe something like this, I'm gonna try and make sure I eat this throughout the week. Not today, even though I ate an entire one today, but if I was really worried about my carbs, I would be extremely cautious to make sure I only eat, like, maybe little bits of it throughout the week or 5 days. 5 days to a week. So that's why I don't know, I don't eat that much bread, because I do worry about my macros, funny enough. I've been trying to eat more protein, because I've actually been working out a lot more. It's actually kind of interesting, too, because, I have been working out my muscles, my biceps, I think. And it's kind of funny, because I think I've been working them so quickly that I'm actually getting stretch marks, which is interesting. I don't know, because I usually know that stretch marks, you get those when your body increases too much. Your body mass, muscle mass, fat mass, whatever it may be, increases and stretches out too much for your skin to actually properly, to acclimate? I don't know. I'm not really that strong though, but working on it. Let me check on this bread. Ooh, this is probably the most artisanal one yet. I'm gonna throw some more steam in there just because I want to see what would happen. Fun fact, building weight quickly could be a sign that your muscles are growing fat. Since, building weight quickly could be a sign that your muscles are growing. Not fat, since muscles weigh more. Oh, really? Is that the case? Is that the truth? Cause, I have been getting, actually a lot of stretch marks on my arms recently. And I don't really like... I know that stretch marks usually have this connotation to it because they don't really look that great, and I honestly kind of agree. When I look at my stretch marks, I just think like, ugh, it doesn't really look pretty. It doesn't look... I'm using this filler word because I can't think of anything else. It doesn't look cute, and I don't like it. So... That's a weird word to say, too. Cute. Out of all the things I want to say, cute, really self, but yeah, it doesn't look cute, and I don't like it. It makes me feel a little self-conscious, like, I want to make sure I don't have anyone see those stretch marks. Feel bad about it. Okay, that being said, who cares about stretch marks? I got Bred. Beautiful Bred at that. Ooh. Hot. Alright. I don't need to show you the whole ordeal. You've all seen it already. Hot. Anyways, what I was saying is, you've all seen the whole 9 yards at this point. I'm just gonna dust it with the cornmeal, and then get my thing and just roll it onto my thing, you know. I just don't have enough counter space right now. That's the issue. Man, I really burnt my finger though, just there. Ugh, hurts. There we go. Alright. Let's get this bad boy in the oven. One last hurrah. One last steaming. Ooh. Steam hurts. So, Bush, now that you actually mentioned about how, what is it? Now that you mentioned about stretch marks are signs of muscle growth, that's interesting because I have a lot of stretch marks, funny enough, and they're in very strange places of my body. But these are places of my body. It's like, wait, I don't really work this part or whatnot. I don't work this part out. This part doesn't do anything. That part, I didn't even know there was muscle there. So it's interesting to think that, oh wow, wait, muscle's probably growing there? Though I imagine also it's not like a guarantee either. It's like, oh yeah, it could mean that. So, not sure. I'm not a nutritionalist. I'm not any of that fancy not fancy, but like, none of that, stuff. Listen, I only know how to make some decent food. I can't even say I know how to make the best food. I can just cook, and that's pretty much my skill set. I can cook food, I can make food, I know the means to make said food sometimes. Stuff like that. I mean, weight increasing fast enough could mean you're growing muscle, not fat. He said weight gain, not stretch marks. I think stretch marks can happen also. I haven't seen it though. Fair enough. We need to get to the professional. Is there a Vtuber? Okay. Oh, wait. just thought of a real. Oh shoot! There's flour everywhere on the floor. Hold on. So I'm just thinking. I'm just spitballing an idea here because I'm not sure if they exist or not. But is there a VTuber out there that's a that's like a coach, like a workout coach? Is that a VTuber that exists yet? Because I feel like that's content right there. Like a 3D VTuber that does like aerobic, like an aerobic exercises. That's content just waiting to happen, no? You know, have something set up like how Fillion is set up, but instead of trying to hurt yourself like Fillion does, you're doing like aerobics as an anime girl or as an anime guy. That's an idea. No? Now, of course, I do realize for that to happen, for a VTuber like that to happen, is that you're gonna need a VTuber that can exercise. And, gamers, let alone let alone VTubers, will actually do that. So, yeah, that's like a needle in a haystack ordeal. Like, it's not gonna exactly be the most plausible of things, but you know, I think that'd be kind of cool, though. Maybe even at that, maybe that would even inspire some people to actually work out more. Who knows? Baguette's baking. Hi, Chuya. Hi, Chuya. Hi there. I've seen some doing VR chat workout sessions. Oh. I didn't actually think that was a thing. That's cool. Oh, hi, Chuya. Here, wait. I want to do something for you. Just because. It'll be fun. Okay, first and foremost, you know that thing in Ratatouille where the girl chef picks up the baguette and says, "It's not the smell, it's not the taste, but it's the sound of a good sign of a baguette"? Please, listen. Well, it's not as crispy as I'd like it to be. I'll probably throw them in the oven so they can just give them a little bit more love. But this one's probably a bit better. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Ooh, crispy, crunchy. The crunch. But yes, bread. I make the good bread. I make the baguette. I make the good little bread. I don't know why I'm going with Italian when this is French, but I make the bread. I make it very tasty. I make the delicious bread. Tomorrow I make the sandwiches. I make the French dips. I make banh mi's. Yeah. Aha. You see, that's the funny thing. You've been all bamboozled, tricked even, absolutely goofed, I guess, deceived. This is not just a bread baking stream, but this is a food prep stream for tomorrow. So, you've all been tricked, bamboozled, lied, deceived even. But yeah, I'm very happy with how these breads turned out. They turned out very nicely. A lot better than I thought they'd be. And it's always great when I have a pretty good expectation for a bread, and it exceeds it to an extreme extent. It feels it's very, what's the word? uplifting. It feels very uplifting. Whew. Yeah, you can tell this is a good baguette. Because this is not, this was, I think some of it's from me crushing it, but you can see the crackling of the crust here. So you can tell it's gonna be like a nice, crispy, crunchy skin. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If these breads were people, I would love them. Unfortunately, I don't love people. So. Well, I do. I'm just stubborn. If that makes sense. Alright. Here. I'm gonna go sit. We're gonna move back to the desktop here. We're almost done today. Okay, and we're almost done for the day. We just got a few more breads in the oven to just cook off, but yeah, that's it. Alright, well, let's see if we can go right into anyone, yeah? Maro Karen. Or we could raid into Bred. They're still live. I'm kind of surprised. So we might go right into them. Playing Danganronpa. I'll give you guys. I'm gonna give you guys the ability of the. I'm gonna give you guys the proper ability of voice. Do you want to go right into Breadstick, who is Bred Vtuber? I think. Or do you guys want to go right into Maro Karen, who is doing some art? What would you rather go see? Art or Danganronpa? This is on Twitch side, by the way, so. Looks like, what? They have to, scared. Number big. Big numbers. Number scary. Too big. Alright, you know what? Let me just flip a coin. If it lands on heads, I'll send you to Maro Karen. If it lands on tails, we'll send you to Bred. Here. I forgot I was in here too, but coins for the first two. Alright, cool. Alright. We're gonna flip a coin. Remember, heads is Bred's, tails is Mark. Okay, well, we're gonna go right into Maro Karen then. We're doing some cool art, so it'll be fun. I'll just preemptively get things ready. And I'll just move that over. Here, I'm gonna just send this all ready for you guys, just so you can have that ready. Remember, the raid messages. The Bred has 2 minutes, so we can wait 2. Let's see, what time is that? I was gonna say, what time is tomorrow, but the streams tomorrow, the streams are now very consistent. There's always gonna be 5:30 all the time. So. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show it again because I know Chuya was around, whether she is around or not. Chuya, look, I changed my art style. Wow, look at it. I'm still fairly proud of it. Not gonna lie. I might want to play around with the art style just a touch more, because this is only the head, so it's not really anything crazy. I might need to play with hairstyle. That's the next thing I need to work on. But the art does look a little bit better. It's definitely a step in the right direction. It's just as Bush told me, it looks like it's from My Little Pony, and now I hate it. So I need to make it less look like Pony and make it more look like anime. However you do that. So yes. Let's see. I want to see. Is there anyone on what is it? Anyone on YouTube that we could quote unquote pseudo raid? No, there is no. There's no one who can pseudo raid. Oh well. Womp womp. It is what it is. Oh, it looked like that. The bread is almost done. And I also just kind of realized, thank goodness, I forgot to turn my filter on. But my mic was the wrong way. Alright, hold on. Let me go really quickly mess with this bread. Alright, we got 5 more minutes. It needs a bit more time. So yeah, anyways, art style. My art style is changing a little bit, and I kind of like it. It does kind of look more like a generic anime style, which is not the best thing, not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely in a better direction than it was. So, I don't know. I definitely never gone to school for this stuff. I've never even had a real proper class on how to draw people. It's all just trying to figure it out on my own, so hey, I take a bit of pride in that. I like learning my own sort of things. It makes it more fun. Probably why I like bread so much, because I never took a proper class on how to make bread. I kind of just figured it out on my own. Maybe it's the same sort of thing, you know? I'm not sure if that is a, is a thing, but it's always more fun to enjoy something when you do it on your own. It feels a lot more gratifying, if that makes sense. Let's see here. 2 minutes. Oh, is people are trying to change social medias again? B Sky Social. Blue Sky Social. I've heard about that, but I feel like it's just gonna be like any other social media. Like, oh no, this social media is gonna be the next new Twitter, and then it just completely fades out of existence within the next 2 months. Unfortunate, nothing can beat Twitter and or Facebook, but it's kind of like the set standard at this point, is what it is. you can't really move from one media to another without having like other like celebrities also jumping ship. It's really hard to convince just people because usually people are on social media to follow their favorite people to favorite people. Kind of like I imagine it's kind of like that, you know. You don't really feel like changing social medias because your people that you follow aren't changing medias. So it's a big ask to ask for something like that too, because a lot of people on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter especially, there's a lot of people that make a living off there from art or whatnot. So excited. I actually have to make my what is it? I have to make my I gotta make a to-do list tomorrow, which is really silly to be something excited for. But recently I've been making to-do lists because I'm having a hard time trying to keep track and to focus on things. So making a to-do list is helping me be a bit more focused. It's great. It's very good. Speaking of which, the bread's done, or should be. Oh yeah, that's done. Definitely gotta clean this pan. Ugh. A little worse for wear. Oh, no, I can't say the same thing for this thing. Well, I think that's it for the day. We've made our breads. They all look really well. I'm gonna take a picture of them later. But yeah, I think I'm gonna send you on to that raid now, yes? Alright, my phone's almost dead too, so I couldn't time this any better. Thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you had a fun time sitting and chatting, talking and watching me eat and hearing and listening, all that sort of stuff. I've had a great time. We are ending stream today. Twitch side, we are gonna go raid Maro Karen. And YouTube side, we're just gonna end it here. So, thank you all for tuning in today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're gonna be making sandwiches with these baguettes. So, tune in for that tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you all had a great, wonderful morning, afternoon, and or evening. Have a good rest of your day. And we're done for today. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright? Take care now. Saltea Kichee, everyone. And ciao. Okay, Saltea Kichee, and ciao.